WCBI News at 10 starts now.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Cash Matlock. Last night's late-night shooting in Probst Park has claimed the life of a Columbus teen. 16-year-old Erica Patrice White was pronounced dead on the scene by Lowndes County Coroner Greg Merchant. The 16-year-old was outside of a building when shots were fired. An autopsy will be done early this week. We're going to have more information as soon as it becomes available. There was also a lot of activity going on near Luxapalila Creek and Probst Park this afternoon. Columbus Fire and Rescue had boats in the creek, and sources say firefighters and investigators were possibly looking for a weapon. It is not confirmed if the search is related to last night's incident in the park or not. Lafayette County Sheriff's deputies find the body of an Ole Miss student in Harmontown Saturday morning. According to HottyToddy.com, she has been identified as Alexandria or Allie Costiel, age 21, from St. Louis, Missouri. Now, the Lafayette County Sheriff's Department said it is, quote, apparent that foul play was involved, end quote. Sources say Costiel was studying marketing at the University of Mississippi. The online news site reports that investigators with the Sheriff's Department, the Mississippi Bureau of Investigations, and the Mississippi Crime Lab Crime Scene Unit are actively working the case and being assisted by the University of Mississippi Police Department and the Oxford Police Department. Few details are being released at this time. However, the Sheriff's Department and MBI are following several leads. If anyone has any information or thinks they have any information regarding this case, call the Sheriff's Department at 662-234-6421 or Crime Stoppers at 662-234-8477. A Columbus man is injured after a shooting incident this afternoon. Columbus Police Chief Fred Shelton says officers responded to a call at the 600 block of 22nd Street North just before 4 p.m. The victim was transported to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. This is an active investigation. If you have any information, please contact the Columbus Police Department. Well, it's time now for our first look at our forecast with meteorologist Kendall Smith. Kendall, how's it looking out there for us?
Hey, Cash. Well, we saw some showers and thunderstorms earlier this afternoon and evening, but they have since pushed out of our area, leaving us with mostly dry conditions, and that's what we're seeing area-wide at this time. This is taking a live look in downtown Columbus on our Alpha Insurance Sky Camera network, where temperatures are currently sitting at 78 degrees here in Columbus, 75 a little cooler in Starkville, and 76 in Winona. Now, as we go throughout your evening hours, temperatures will drop down into the low 70s, and partly cloudy skies are expected.
All right, thank you, Kendall. Well, U.S. Foods in Birmingham, Alabama is recalling around 712 pounds of raw pork and beef products due to possible product contamination. Now, the items recalled are shipped to restaurants in Alabama, Mississippi, Georgia, and Tennessee, and have the establishment number 21103 inside the USDA mark of inspection. Now, the USDA and Food Safety and Inspection says an employee at the facility may have cut himself during production. FSIS is concerned that some products may be in refrigerators or freezers and is encouraging restaurants to throw the product out or return it. A Tupelo boy who died unexpectedly last year would have turned 5 years old this month. This weekend, the community got together to honor his memory. WCBI's Chad Groening reports.
Just a reminder,
the runners gathered at Tupelo's Ballard Park for the second annual Hero Up 5K and Fun Run. The event was to raise money in honor of Judah Powell, who passed away on January 26 of 2018 while playing in the front yard with his sisters. Christy Stone is a family friend and was the event organizer.
It was an absolutely horrible, breathtaking event, and it wasn't just the day or the days after or the weeks or the months after Judah passed away. You know, it's something that is going to be a lifelong, not struggle, but a lifelong issue for them. You know, that they miss their son, obviously. So we just wanted to do something to love on them and to honor his memory because he was so much fun.
Judah's dad, Matt, says the grief comes in waves.
We still don't know exactly what happened, and our heart goes out to everyone who's been through a loss, whether it's been from a disease or illness or an accident, whether it be children or adult. Loss is hard, and you just deal with it as it comes in waves. Some days are better than others, and then some days are just like he just passed away.
So Judah's mom, Andrea, says this weekend's event was very special.
Judah, his birthday is July the 10th, and he would have been 5 this year. And so not being able to get together a birthday party for him, this event is our celebration of his birthday each year. And so this is very special for us to have so many people just to remember him. As a parent who's lost a child, I think one of your worst fears is that your child will be forgotten. And to have the kind of turnout that we've had today to celebrate him and just his memory really touches our hearts.
Donna Pritchard is Vice President of Nursing at North Mississippi Medical Center.
When you have congenital problems like Judah had with his heart, as his family has shared with us, it's just sometimes those things cannot be prevented, no matter how hard you try or how much training that you have. You know, we work and we work and we work, and we try to do everything there is within our power from medicine to try to bring that child back, or an adult back for that matter. But there's just some things that's just outside our that we can't prevent.
And Jessica Pickens was an emergency room nurse on duty when Judah was brought by ambulance to the hospital.
You know, Judah was very young, but the team that I work with, the friends that I've made in the emergency room, those people help you get through those things. We go through everything together, and just having a good support system and awesome teamwork, and just knowing that other people are there supporting you as the healthcare worker through it, as well as the family.
Chad Groening, WCBI News, Tupelo.
All of the money raised at this weekend's event goes to the Judah Super Kids Fund, which helps kids who come to the ER. Coming up after the break, some tips on how to start your mornings off right. Stay with us. Well, getting started in the morning isn't always easy, but this week on Mom to Mom, they'll show you how to make waking up a little bit better.
Moms, I've got the perfect way to start your mornings off right. Here's one. So Moms, morning is the most important time of the day, and I have found if I wake up and do these 4 stretches, it makes a world of difference in how I feel throughout the day. So the first one will target the outer thigh, the obliques, and shoulders. Stand with your right hand on the bed or on the wall and cross your left leg in front of your right leg and point your feet forward. Lean over and stretch that whole outside of your body. And don't forget to take 2 or 3 to deep inhales and exhales, and repeat on the other side. The next one targets the spine, neck, and shoulders. Sit on the edge of your bed with your legs together and place one hand behind you and the other on your outer thigh for support. Turn and stretch all of those muscles in your neck and look over your shoulder as well. So the last one will target your hamstrings and your quadriceps. So you're going to lean forward and target those hamstrings, and then once you're finished with that, after you've taken about 4 to 6 deep breaths, you're going to pull your leg back behind you and pull it, stretching your quadriceps. So those are just a few that have worked for me. I think it's important, you find a stretch that you like and you do it. And what I always say to my husband, and he thinks it's cheesy, but I love this expression, is you can't win the day if you don't win the morning. I'll see y'all next week.
A conference in Oxford brought a lot of folks together over the weekend. Our Tyler Hull has more on the story.
The Faulkner and Yoknapatawpha Conference is taking place this week at the University of Mississippi. The conference is here to bring people who enjoy the works of Faulkner together. Jay Williams, who is the director of the conference, is excited to be taking part in the event.
So this is a conference that's been going on over 45 years where scholars and Faulkner lovers gather in the place where Faulkner lived and wrote his great work to study and think about his writings and his achievement.
Conference attendee Laura Wilson sees the event as an opportunity to connect with others.
It's a chance to bring like-minded scholars together to discuss a particular theme that we've noticed in Faulkner's work.
Williams says this conference brings a lot of people out to celebrate.
So this is a conference that appeals to readers of Faulkner at all levels. So there are professional scholars here who are giving talks and thinking about material they might want to write essays about. There are teachers at the college and the high school level who may teach Faulkner in their English classes. There are students, and then they're just general readers.
Williams also says this is not a normal conference.
what makes this conference special is this is the only conference where you can come to the place that Faulkner turned into his imaginary county of Yoknapatawpha.
Today was just registration and a small reception at the museum on campus. They have a lot of events planned for the week ahead. Tyler Hull, WCBI News.
The conference will wrap up this coming Thursday.
Well, less humid air and cooler temperatures are on their way for the week ahead. More on those details coming up next.
Your first alert AccuWeather forecast with meteorologist Kendall Smith.
Well, we saw showers and thunderstorms earlier this afternoon and evening, but they did leave behind a beautiful sunset. This picture was sent in to us from Liz Guyton of a sunset in Lamar County near Blooming Grove. So if you ever get any pictures like this, make sure to send them in to us at WCBI Weather on all social media platforms. We would love to see them. Now, all of that shower and thunderstorm activity that we saw earlier this afternoon and evening has since pushed out of our viewing area, leaving us with partly cloudy skies as we go throughout the overnight hours. This is taking a live look in downtown Louisville, Mississippi on our Alpha Insurance Sky Camera Network, where temperatures are currently sitting at 73 degrees with the dew point sitting at 71. So it is a little hot and muggy out there if you do happen to be out and about. And area-wide, we're seeing temperatures much of the same, mid to upper 70s. 78 a little warmer here in Columbus, 75 in Amory, 79 is our warm spot in Tupelo, and 77 in West Point. Now, as we go throughout your overnight hours, temperatures will dip down into the low 70s with mostly cloudy skies expected, but we can't rule out the chance to see a stray shower or two. But for the most part, we look to be dry and winds will be calm out of the south around 5 miles an hour. So we look to see partly cloudy skies for the overnight hours. Clouds do start to increase after midnight, and by the time you wake up tomorrow morning, we could see an isolated shower or two starting to pop up on radar. But the greatest chance to see more widespread shower and thunderstorm activity will come around lunchtime, and then that's going to stick with us as we go throughout your afternoon and evening. This is stopping this around dinner time. Still seeing widespread showers and thunderstorms out there, and that's going to be the trend as we go throughout your overnight as well. So the Storm Prediction Center has placed portions of our viewing area under a marginal risk for severe weather tomorrow. The greatest threats are going to include gusty winds, heavy rain, and small hail, but for the most part, we look to see just normal thunderstorms for this time of the year. Now, we do have more rain to talk about. However, we're going to have a cold front that's going to make its way into our area by the afternoon on Monday. But the good news is right behind it is going to bring less humid air as well as cooler temperatures, which is going to be a much needed change of pace from all that hot weather we've seen the past week. So this is stopping this around Tuesday afternoon. We could see an isolated shower or two, but that's going to clear out, leaving us with mostly clear conditions for your Wednesday as well as your Thursday. So spectacular weather is in store for us. We just have to get through the next several days. So like I said, cooler temperatures on their way. Check out this temperature trend over the next several days. We are in the 80s. We don't even see 90s on the board. It is going to be very, very nice in store for us. And average temperatures for this time of year are in the low 90s, so we are below average, and that's all thanks to that cold front. So area-wide tomorrow, temperatures will top out in the mid to upper 80s. Looking at much of the same for our southern counties, a little warmer, upper 80s, and then West Alabama, mid to upper 80s as well. So just have to get through a little bit more rain for your Monday as well as your Tuesday. 60% chance tomorrow and 50% on Tuesday. But check this out, by the middle of the week, we look to have beautiful conditions in store for us and much cooler temperatures, with temperatures topping out in the mid to upper 80s, and lows will be in the mid to upper 60s.
The summertime continues to be the season for athletes to give back. One former Mississippi State star this weekend doing just that. Courtney has the details next in sports.
Your WCBI Sports with Courtney Robb.
In Jackson, Mississippi today, former Mississippi State star Victoria Vivians held her very first basketball summer camp. The camp took place in her hometown of Jackson at the Mississippi Basketball and Athletics Club. She says as a kid, she never dreamed of being a basketball superstar or being able to run a camp where she grew up.
Growing up, I didn't want to be a basketball player. I wanted to be a dentist or a lawyer. So, no, I did not imagine this and that. Now it's coming like it's all surreal, like it's crazy. No, I just would like to thank all the parents for allowing their kids to come out here. I want to thank everybody that supported me, like my coaching staff, like everybody out here. They're doing this out of kindness of their heart. Nothing is like I haven't paid anybody, so it's just I'm just grateful for everybody supporting me.
Who do you have out here helping coach and everything?
Oh my gosh, so I have my sister, my brother, I have cousins, I have teammates, I have friends from back when I was in high school. It's just so many people.
Vivians is currently out for the 2019 WNBA season as she recovers from an ACL injury that she sustained in March while playing overseas. We jump right back into 3A on the high school football tour by checking in with the Aberdeen Bulldogs. Deantown ushers in a new coaching era with head coach Alex Williams. Aberdeen is stop number 28 on the high school football tour.
WCBI's 60 Schools in 60 Days is brought to you by Sparklight.
2019 is a season of new beginnings for Aberdeen. First-year head coach and former West Point assistant Alex Williams leads the Bulldogs as they prepare to get the ball rolling.
We got some hard-working athletes over there. We got to push them a little bit more to compete at the level we want them to compete at, and I think we're doing a good job of that right now.
The Bulldogs will feature a completely different look on offense, with quarterback Fred Fields no longer under center.
You can't. It's hard to replace a guy that accounted for over half your offense. So you can't do it with just one guy. So we're gonna try to spread the ball around with C.J. Arnold, Jonathan Moore, and Tay Johnson, and Jermaine Strong. So we're going to try to put those guys in position where they can make plays, and hopefully we can kind of get some of their production back.
Aberdeen also has to navigate through one of the toughest regions in the state, featuring perennial powers Houston and Noxubee.
Rough for a first job, but, you know, we're not going to shy away from a challenge. We're going to line up, we're going to play whoever we're supposed to play. I think we can rise to the occasion and take care of business. We just got to work hard at it and just be hard-nosed about what we're doing.
Despite the stiff competition, there is something Aberdeen will hang its hat on.
The thing I want to bring from West Point was the work ethic. We just got in the weight room, on the practice field, and running and conditioning and everything like that. We go at it hard. And it's not something that's going to happen, in one summer or in the fall. It's something that you strive for every week, every day in practice, every rep in the weight room. So once we get there, I think we'll be fine.
On the high school football tour, Chris Bolton, WCBI Sports.
60 Schools in 60 Days with Aberdeen High School was brought to you by Monroe County Farm Bureau, Holloway's Body Shop, and Westlake Chemical in Aberdeen.
As we get back into 3A football this week, take a look at our upcoming stops. The week kicks off Monday with the Choctaw County Chargers. Tuesday, we will be checking in for the halfway point with the Hatley Tigers. Wednesday, stop number 31, we will be previewing the Houston Hilltoppers. And coming up on Thursday, we have more Tigers action, but this one is in Noxubee County. And if you've missed any stops along the way, you can always go back and watch them on our website at WCBI.com. Football media days galore this past week. I'll have the latest from the SWAC coming up after the break. Stay with us. Well, nobody knows SWACtion quite like Alcorn State. The Braves walking into SWAC media days as the reigning champs, but after making it to the Celebration Bowl, winning the SWAC for this team simply isn't enough. WJTV's Samaria Terry reports.
To send these guys out with that caliber win, that kind of accolade of going back and winning a championship and winning a Celebration Bowl, that was top their year. That was top their career, here at Alcorn State, and that's what they strive to do every year.
Well, I didn't look at last year as a good season to me because we didn't finish the job. SWAC championship was all good. I mean, I won that before, but I want to win the Celebration Bowl. Alcorn has never done that.
And the Braves believe they have the team to do it. Alcorn State has not one, not two, but 9 players named first-team All-SWAC, including the Offensive Player of the Year and quarterback Noah Johnson and Solomon Muhammad, Defensive Player of the Year. And Johnson says the seniors like himself are striving for the underclassmen to pick up where they left off.
So we have a lot of seniors that are going to leave, so I want those guys to continue the legacy when we leave.
To cap off the evening, some final scores from Major League Baseball as teams finish out weekend series. The Nationals in Atlanta fall to the Braves this evening 7-1. The Braves take the series 2-1. The Cardinals top the Reds 3-1 in Cincinnati. They get the series dub 3-1 as well. And the Cubs, unable to pull off the sweep at Wrigley, fall to the Padres today 5-1. Chicago heads to San Francisco to play the Giants on Monday evening. That's it for sports. We will have the last look at your forecast when we come back after the break. Stay with us.
Well, we have a little bit more rain to talk about for your Monday and Tuesday, but check out by the middle of the week, we are looking at partly sunny skies and temperatures will be in the mid to upper 80s. We have not been in the 80s in such a long time. It's going to be so nice, and lows will be in the mid to upper 60s. So,
No, I think we were talking last show, like that is incredible to me, like 80 degree, and I never thought I would say that. But
yes, we
I'm
should be in the low 90s.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to 80 degree weather. Okay, well, thank you guys for joining us tonight. We'll see you back here tomorrow.
Hardee's Charbroiled Double Deals are double the beef and always grilled over fire. And now they're only $2.49 each, which has everyone and everything doing double backflips. Hardee's, because it tastes better.
Wait a second. Michael Watson gave thousands of dollars to a group who tried to steal the Republican nomination from Donald Trump? This group Watson funded kept fighting